Hi everyone, this is a video about research, about the importance of research for your ideas, both as a producer, performer, business person, or academic dissertation writer. And it's about the importance of putting in research into the actual foundation of your idea, as well as how you've built your idea up, and also how you've promoted your idea, how you've put value into your name, and also the importance of research in the critical review, the critical reflection. So we're going to cover the reasons why it's important, both in real world practice and in your university mark. But we're also going to look at some good practice and some tips for how to do it. So as you can see on the screen, we have a Venn diagram of what makes a fantastic final major project. So we can see right in the middle where all these areas meet, that is a fantastic project. It's going to work well in the world and you're going to get, therefore, high marks for it in your final major project submission. So let's just break down these different areas of the Venn diagram. I think first off, we can talk about technical skill. So this is the blue aspect of the Venn diagram. So we can see here a high level of control in practical work, understanding of material qualities and refinement in use, and time and effort spent on getting it. I don't like the word perfect, but time and effort spent on getting it right. So that's all involved in the technical skill. Then let's move over to the pink. We've got creative ideas, personal ideas and views, ability to think about themes in new ways, willingness to experiment and get things wrong sometimes. So this is all recognized in the final major project marks as risk, managing risk, but also taking enough risk to do new things. Now, this is the backbone of the video, contextual research. So thorough and relevant research into the work of other artists, designers, writers and thinkers, uses ideas and techniques from other sources to move own work forwards, and explores a wide range of sources. Again, you'll see this in lots of university feedback, uses a wide range of authoritative sources. So they're the three aspects of the Venn diagram. Now let's look at how these things cross over. So where technical skill and creative ideas meet, we get great ideas and beautifully made work, but lacks understanding of the wider world. So that's where you've got technical ideas and creative ideas, but lacking contextual research. If you combine technical skill with contextual research, then you get a piece crafted in response to others, but lacking that personal edge or unique voice. Now, unique, a remarkable voice is something we've stressed over and over and over in the degree, because it's evidence that that's what's required to succeed in the real world. And then if you combine contextual research with creative ideas, you get interesting ideas developed from research, but lacking in refinement, skill, and aesthetic sensibility. So they're well researched and they're creative, but they lack that technical ability to really drive them home. And obviously where technical skill, contextual research and creative ideas all meet together, that's when you get a fantastic project. It will work well in the world and you'll get a great final major project mark. So let's look at research. So when choosing your idea, it's crucial that you evidence as you're building it. And I know you're already into this, but it's still crucial that you evidence why this is a good idea in the first place. And when we're thinking academically and also commercially, it's good good practice to think critically and objectively. So the difference between objective thinking and subjective thinking is what? Can you remember? Objective thinking is thinking rationally, thinking critically, and using evidence to back up your ideas. Subjective thinking is much more personal. It may be a personal opinion, something you feel. So, for example, I love albums. I've always loved albums. I was brought up on albums. But does that evidence that making an album in 2023 is a good commercial move. No, it doesn't. So the evidence for that might be different. The evidence might suggest that it's not a good idea to make and release an album all in one go in 2023. So how to do this is you have lots of tools at your disposal. There's a blog we've got access to called Water and Music. They have loads of amazing articles about the future of music, and you can use these ideas in everything from dissertations to performances to releasing work to making music, all kinds of things. So the fundamental question is, how is your idea guided by research? And we can see an academic reference here. Numerous marketing books, most notably Holt's How Brands Become Icons and Christensen's The Innovator's Dilemma, argue that many of the biggest hits come from producers who create narratives in the first case and technologies in the second case that revolutionize industries, not those who attempt to replicate past success stories. So think about what that's actually saying. The lessons certainly hold on to the technology side of the music business, where mp3.com, Napster, Amazon, iTunes, and now streaming services such as Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, Tidal, and Amazon Music have revolutionized the way in which music is distributed, sold, stored, and accessed. The talent side of the industry, however, appears content to leave breakthrough innovation to the technologists, simply copying musical past successes. Anita Elber's Blockbuster's hit-making, risk-taking, the big business of entertainment does an excellent job of explaining this process. So there may be an exception of innovation when it comes to technology, but an expectation of tradition and repetition when it comes to the cultural cultivation and positioning of celebrities. Here's another piece of research. Globally, the 1990s, when CD sales dominated global revenues, was a very prosperous period for what is regarded as a privileged sector of the music industry, the recording industry. In 1999, the trade value of physical recorded music had reached a record level. However, this is also the year when file-sharing Napster was launched, marking the beginning of the end of the golden years for the record industry. Therefore, the music industry reacted in the following ways. 1. They focused on the most profitable artists at the expense of the rest. And 2, they only offered recording contracts to those musicians who can prove their potential by having a significant following on social media. What is that saying? Rewind the video, read it again, see if you can work it out. The old practice of sending a demo to a record company went out of fashion. In 2011, an article published in The Guardian announced that these days major record labels increasingly demand artists already have momentum before they get involved. This role is also now being in part taken by Spotify and similar platforms. Patrick Vikstrom. What is this academic quote saying? This is critical thinking. This is objective analysis in the formation of your ideas. It has also been suggested that contemporary songs get simpler and more predictable as they need to appeal to the listener's attention instantaneously and facilitate their engagement. Louder 2012. What is this quote saying? How do you respond with your artistic and creative practice to this evidence? Also, I brought up in a lecture the BPI 10 trends for the next music decade. They were music in the metaverse, the future of direct-to-fan relationships, 5G and music, AI, smart homes and smart cars, the future of social audio, the attention economy, the rise of creator culture, music, the future of music NFTs, the evolution of streaming, and then key takeaways. Now, as far as I can tell, nobody referenced this BPI 10 trends for the next decade presentation in their work. This is clearly giving you some research to base your ideas on, to push forwards, to go into new areas, riskier areas, and stand a much stronger chance of succeeding in your business or your research and in getting a great FMP mark. We also have access to Chartmetric, which gives you incredible data analysis to build your ideas on, to evidence things. So all of these things, there's weekly, daily Music Week briefings that you can sign up to for free on email. We've got Google Trends, which is a brilliant way to evidence things peaking and declining. You can key in anything and it basically measures the trend of that set of words. So on the screen here, we've got trap music, drill music and indie music. What can we tell from this data? How is this supporting your ideas going forwards? So again, evidence, 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 evidence. So that section was all about using research to underpin your idea, either as a performer, producer, researcher. And there were some great data points to access there, different ways to get measurable, evidenceable research to support your ideas. So now we can move into getting evidence from other areas, such as why have you chosen the band name, artist name, production name, website name, business name? Why have you chosen that? How have you designed the logo? And what evidence are you using to make that good? Let's never forget the lesson from the Nike founder who wanted to call Nike Dimension 6. Now, all of his colleagues told him it was a really bad idea. I think his name's Phil Knight. And he was adamant, no, Dimension 6 is the company name. And it was only after intervention from the colleagues, they were like, you can't call the shoe company Dimension 6. They came up with Nike, which is the goddess of victory. So a fantastic brand name. And one of the reasons why Nike is one of the top 10 biggest brands on planet Earth. So we can look at evidence of branding, evidence of creativity theory, like how are you generating ideas? How have you used research to make better ideas? And we want evidence of promotion. Where did that promotion strategy come from? Why is it a good idea? And why is it reaching your target market? Now, you don't have to come up with these theories. You know, in the same way that you don't need to make a digital audio workstation or build a synthesizer to make music, you can take existing models, existing ideas, and apply them and reflect on them. So on the screen is loads and loads of great books to help you with the creativity theory, the branding theory, and the promotion theory. So we can see top line branding, second line creativity, third line promotion. So I'm just going to go back a slide. So we can see research for designers, branding in 5 steps, brand, The Gap, David Ogilvy on advertising. We've got a great book called Hello World, something that I refer all my students to, Designing Brand Identity by Alina. Forgotten what her surname, Wheeler, I think her surname is. It's a fantastic book. And in that, you can say why your brand name is good, why your logo is good, show the other choices you made. And you can substantiate your ideas. You can evidence your ideas. It's going to make the work better and it's going to make your mark better. We've also got books on creativity for how to get better at creativity, how to use strategies. And we've got marketing books. I'm a massive Seth Godin fan. Everyone knows it. Anyone who's ever read his book will know why I'm a massive Seth Godin fan. And here's the reason. Seth Godin's mission on planet Earth is to help you, the creative person, make better work, to achieve success. That's Seth Godin's mission, and everything he does is to empower you, the creative person, to make better work. And his books are fantastic at it. The Practice, This is Marketing, they're absolutely brilliant. So yes, evidence these in your final major project. You'll have a better work and a higher mark. Evidence of research. And finally, we've got the critically reflective part. So again, this is not a think piece. This is not that I think that I did a good or I think I did a bad because I think that I think this. It's not a think piece. It's a critical piece of work that uses evidence to explore the success and failure of the project. And the backbone of this comes from a book by Donald Shern called The Reflective Practitioner. And this isn't just a rubbish, nonsense academic book that we're trying to get you to read for no reason at all. This is a researcher who looked at how professionals think in action, like how do professionals work? So he's a leading MIT social scientist, and he examined 5 professionals: engineering professional, architecture, management, psychotherapy, and town planning, and wanted to know how they go about solving problems. So again, if you explore this book, you don't need to read all of it, but just check out some of it. If you explore this book, this will give you a way to critically reflect on your final major project, to explore the successes and failures, and evidence why things worked and didn't work. That is going to give you a much more successful practice going forwards as a creative person, but also it's going to lead to higher marks. So thanks for watching this video. I hope that you've really understood the message of evidence, 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 and research, 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 research. That will give you higher marks in your final major project and help you as a practitioner going forwards. Good luck with your final major projects. We're all totally rooting for you. We're behind you. Follow these practices and you will definitely see improvements. Good luck. Take care. Stay warm. See you soon.